Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to automatically add customer to Zoho CRM on Razorpay payment. So I'm an owner of a skincare brand and I collect the payments from my customers who purchases all the products that I'm selling with the help of Razorpay. And I use my CRM application in my business as Zoho CRM. Here what I want is that as soon as any of the customers, a new payment is going to be done using Razorpay and we are going to receive that new payment. I want to create that customer as a contact in my Zoho CRM account so that I can manage the contact details. Now doing this manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build the connection between Razorpay and Zoho CRM with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to automatically add customer to Zoho CRM on Razorpay payment. So as an owner of a skincare brand, I use Razorpay to collect payments from customers who purchases my products online. At the same time, I use Zoho CRM to maintain a database of my customers, track interactions and nurture leads for future sale. To streamline my workflow, I want that every time a new customer makes a payment with the help of Razorpay, that customer should be created as a contact on my Zoho CRM account. With this automation, I can ensure that all my customer details are instantly recorded in my CRM, allowing me to engage with them efficiently. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between Razorpay and Zoho CRM with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we're going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Automatically Add Customer to Zoho CRM on Razorpay Payment. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Razorpay Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Automatically Add Customer to Zoho CRM on Razorpay Payment, and you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Razorpay. As with the help of Razorpay, I'm collecting the payments from my customers for my skincare products. I want that as soon as a new payment by the customer is going to be done using Razorpay, automatically the trigger over here should capture the response of the payment. So that is why for my trigger application, I have selected it as Razorpay. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select as payment captured, as we want the response of the payment being done using Razorpay, okay? After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Now using this unique webhook URL, we are going to build a connection between Razorpay and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to go back to my Razorpay account. So this is my Razorpay account right right here. And now to connect this account to Pabbly Connect, for that from the left side of the panel, go to Accounts and Settings option right here. After coming to Accounts and Settings, under Website and App Settings, you can see it says Webhooks. Click on it. As we're going to come to the webhook section, we are going to click on this Add New Webhook option right here. This is asking for the webhook URL first. Paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. If you want, you can enter a secret key according to your requirement right here. This is the alert email. Now for the action event, as our objective is to capture the response of the payment, so where the action event is going to be payment capture right here, as I want to capture the response of the payment, okay? After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this Create Webhook button in order to create a webhook. As you can see over here, the webhook is now been added successfully, okay? So if I'm going to find the webhook right over here, you can see this is the webhook. I'm going to click on it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to enable this webhook by clicking on Enabled right here. I'm going to enable the webhook right over here and then I'm going to go back, okay? You can see the webhook is now been successfully enabled in our Razorpay account. Now, my Razorpay account is running on a test mode, you can see right over here. In the similar manner that I've told you right now, you can connect your Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect, your live account as well in this similar manner, okay? So as now I've done that, as now I've added the webhook URL, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. It is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Razorpay is connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test payment using Razorpay. And after doing the test payment, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test payment being done or not, okay? So in order to do the test payment, this is the payment page that I've created in my Razorpay account. So it's the URL of this page. I'm going to copy this URL over here and paste it in a new tab right over here and open it. So this is the payment. This is a test payment page you can see right over here, and using this page I'm going to do the test payment, okay? It is asking for the customer's details, so I'm going to fill in the required details. Firstly, for the first name over here, I'm going to write it as new. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as customer. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as newcustomer@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to enter a dummy mobile number right here. After that, for the street address over here, I'm going to write it as A101 New City. This is the street address. For the city over here, I'm going to write it as Bhopal. For the state over here, I'm going to write it as Madhya Pradesh. And for the pin code over here, I'm going to enter a dummy pin code. After filling in all the required details of my customer, I'm going to click on this pay button in order to do the payment. As I've done that, it is asking for the method of payment. I'm going to select it as card. For the card number over here, I'm going to enter a dummy card number right here. After that, for the details over here, I'm going to enter the dummy details. And for the name over here, I'm going to write it as new customer, okay? After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this continue button. I'm going to enter the dummy OTP right here. And as I've done that, you can see it says payment successful. As now the payment is done successfully using Razorpay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. And yes, over here you can see the response of the payment being done has been captured in our trigger. Let us tally the response. This is the order ID. Address is A101 New City. State is Madhya Pradesh. Pin code is the dummy pin code. Phone number is mobile number. First name is new. Last name is customer of our customer. Email is newcustomer@pabblytudes.com. City is Bhopal. Method is card over here. If I'm going to further scroll down, this is the payment ID you can see right over here with all the other details as well. As now the response of the payment being done has been captured in our trigger, this means that Razorpay has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. In which for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Zoho CRM. As now what I want is, as the customer has done the payment, I want to create this customer. I've done the payment using Razorpay as a contact in my Zoho CRM account. Now in order to do that, for that I've selected my action application as Zoho CRM. An action event over here is going to be create contact, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After clicking on add new connection, click on this connect with Zoho CRM button right here. This dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the domain of your Zoho CRM account. So if I'm going to log into my Zoho CRM account, to get the domain of your account, go to the URL. In the URL, you can see over here it says zoho.in. This is the domain. So I'm going to copy this domain from here and paste this domain right over here. These are the examples of the domain that your account can have. So check out the domain of your Zoho account, okay? As I've entered the domain, I'm going to click on this save button. As I've done that, this dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. as this is a safe process, my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this accept button right over here. And as I've done that, you can see we have successfully authorized Zoho CRM to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for the lead source. As I don't have any lead source, so I'm going to toggle this button on over here and erase the existing data from here as I don't have any lead source. Okay. After that, over here, it is asking for the first name. So for the first name over here, what we're going to do is for the data of this field, we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from previous steps. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this is the same response of the payment and our customer's details that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for our customer's first name, and as I want to create this customer as a contact, I'm going to select the name of my customer from my previous response. As now I have selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as now I've mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Next, it is asking for the last name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the name over here and I'm going to map the data of the last name right here. It is asking for the email, so I'm going to map the data of the email right over here. It is asking for the title. So for the title over here, I'm going to write it as New Razorpay payment. Okay, so this is the title that I want. For the department, I do not have the field, so I'm going to simply skip the part. It is asking for the phone number. So for the phone number over here, I'm going to map the data of the mobile number that I've received right over here. This is the mobile number. It is asking for the mobile number again, so I'm going to map the data of the mobile number right here. Okay. Then it is asking for all these details, which I do not want, so I'm going to skip the part. It is asking for email opt-out. I'm going to select it as yes right over here. After that, it is asking for the mailing street and all the details. We're going to map the data right here. For the street over here, I'm going to map the data of the address that I've received. For the city over here, I'm going to map the data of the city I have received right here. Next, it is asking for the state. For the state over here, I'm going to map the data of the state that I've received right here. After that, it is asking for the zip code. So I'm going to map the data of the zip code that I've received over here. After that, it is asking for the country, which I do not have. So I'm going to skip the part. And for the description over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it as new payment. And next to new payment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data of the ID of this payment right here. This is the ID. I'm going to map the data. Okay. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this Save and Send Test Request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response in which for the code we have received it as success, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Zoho CRM account. So this is my Zoho CRM account contacts page. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see a new contact has been created in my Zoho CRM account in the name of new customer with the email as newcustomer@pabblytudes.com with a dummy mobile number you can see right here. For the customer over here, for the contact name is new customer, title is new Razorpay payment you can see right here. If I'm going to further scroll down, the description comes as new payment with the payment ID. The address is A101 New City, city is Bhopal, state is Madhya Pradesh. This is a zip code you can see right over here with all the other details. So as now a new contact has been created in my Zoho CRM account, this means that we have successfully created an automation between Razorpay and Zoho CRM with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you want that as soon as a payment by your customer is going to be done using Razorpay, but you want for this particular purchase, you want to create a contact in your Razorpay account. That means whenever a customer is going to do the payment for this particular product only, okay, for natural glow skincare face toner only then you have to create a contact in your Zoho CRM account. In order to add that, you can add another action step to this workflow, in which for the action application you can select it as filter by Pabbly, okay. But in my use case, I wanted to create contact for the purchase of any products that I've created in my Razorpay account as a contact in my Zoho CRM. That is why I've not added the filter step in this workflow. If you want to learn how you can add a filter to this workflow, you can check out our other videos that we have created, okay. So this was it for this video. So now let us sum up till now what we have done. I'm an owner of a skincare brand, and using Razorpay, I collect the payments for my skincare products from my customers, and I use Zoho CRM as a CRM application in my business. For the trigger, I've selected as Razorpay payment captured, as whenever by the customer payment is going to be done using Razorpay, automatically the trigger over here is going to capture the response of that. And for the action, it is Zoho CRM create contact, as now the customer detail has been captured in our trigger using the details. A contact is automatically going to be created in my Zoho CRM account. And in this manner, we can build a connection between these two applications with Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.